to What's New in Blackboard since the last time we talked about Blackboard for January 2026. I have a big update to the user interface that's going to apply to both Ultra and Original courses. In Ultra courses, I have some changes to how true and false and multiple choice questions work. And I also have an adjustment and some new options for how to move your blocks inside an Ultra document. Let's get started. Here we are looking at the shiny new user interface for Blackboard. It might look pretty similar, but there are a couple of changes I want to point out. First of all, the left-hand menu is much more compressed. Everything is closer together and takes up less screen real estate. Also, your sign out has moved to the bottom. Once you open a course, let's start in an original course. It no longer opens from a panel. It now takes up the whole screen. And if you want to switch between courses, the course switcher is back. In the upper left, click on courses and it will show you your most recent courses. Let's go over to my Ultra course. Here's an Ultra course that shows the same thing. At the top, we get our name and our ID, which is also present in the banner. The courses button that shows us our last 4 courses. And if you want out of courses entirely, click home and it takes you to the home page for Blackboard. This is not what ours looks like. This is the staging server because that's where the updates go first. But it will take you to the familiar institution page at Blackboard. We have an update to true, false, or binary questions in Blackboard Ultra. Up until now, you've only been able to choose true, false, but that has now been expanded. You can now choose between true, false, yes, no, right, wrong, or agree, disagree via a drop-down menu right here when you are writing a true, false question. Right next to it, you choose what the correct answer is, and now you have 4 more options for those sorts of questions. Over in multiple choice questions, the default number of answers has changed from 3 to 4, and there is also a differentiation between multiple choice and multiple answer. So 4 answers will be your default, and at this drop down at the bottom, you can choose how many options will be marked correct. Christmas is just the one day. Select the 25th and click Save. And now if I take a look at that question, it shows with a radio button showing there is only one correct answer, and that's how it will appear to students in exams as well. And also some ways to make editing your documents in Ultra a little easier and changing the layouts. Here I have a document with some text, a YouTube video, an embedded document, and a pretty trippy Christmas image. If I go to Edit Content, hover over an item and choose the Move button, I now get a menu. I can move things to the row below or a new row. I can shrink it from the left or the right. And I can move it from here. You can still use the drag button if you want. But let's move that to the row above and it shrinks to fit the available space. You can still change items this way, but now this just gives you another option for how you want to lay out your items. Don't forget to hit save once you've completed your edits. That's all I have for you today. I'll be back next month with more updates from Blackboard. Until then, have a great quarter.